I feel like in New York, I have to be always in like a fighting mood. Like I have to.
I was super shy when I was in Japan. I couldn't even talk.
They want to be so formal and just proper in front of the public. But here it's like,
I think the food.
The food.
The food is not good.
Like for women, like Japanese women, I feel like they are like taught to be dressed, not showing their body line so much. Like I was told, like no one shows like
Because people in Japan tend to hide their feelings. Because
That actually really hard to follow for the visitors or all the foreigners because we grew up in that country and then those are really natural for us. But maybe from the people outside of Japan, always like kind of questioning why people doing this.
What's the most challenging part about living in America? Hey guys, what's up? So, of course, this is Ranzo. Today I'm in New York again, thanks to my friend here, Miles, right? So this is Miles' place. So we're here with his Japanese friends all around us. We're gonna ask them about life in America. You guys know we talk about life in Japan for foreigners. I'm flipping the script today. I'm talking to Japanese people about life in America. So stay tuned for that.
Hi people, this is Robert, born in California, raised in Tokyo, and now I'm in New York. Cheers.
hello guys, my name is Steven, born and raised in California, and it's great to see you guys.
Hey guys, I'm Maho. I'm from Japan, Fukuoka City.
Hi guys, I'm Mai. I was born in Ibaraki in Japan and here in New York. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Naoko. I was born in Japan. I've been living in US for maybe 25 years total. Nice to meet you.
Hi guys, I'm Nori. I'm born in Yokohama in Japan. I've stayed in New York. Nice to meet you.
Why America? I know you were born here, right? So I know you came back to America to work, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us why.
Well, the obvious reason is citizenship. Because when I was a kid, my dad always told me that you born in the U.S. and you got the rights to live in, and I was curious about how the life in the U.S. And then after graduating the university, I kind of feel I don't want to go, start working before visiting this country, and then I decided to go to college in the U.S.
Okay.
And then I kind of liked it. It was challenging first because at the time my English was not good enough, and then I experienced some challenges at the time. And my school was in New Hampshire, so it's more suburban, and then some people are more conservative. So I was kind of, but I kind of like it. But still, those challenges kind of grew me.
It made you stronger as a person.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I feel I'm growing. In this kind of tough situation with all those challenges. So
how long have you been in America now since you returned?
10 years, almost 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Quite a bit, yeah.
And you were born and raised here, right? So have you been to Japan?
I actually never lived in Japan.
Okay.
But
have you visited?
Yes, a couple times. My mother is from Tokyo and my father is from Fukuoka. But inside the household, I only spoke Japanese to my parents. So I'm pretty. My Japanese is pretty strong compared to the other, let's say, Nikkeis, I say. That's in my own opinion.
Okay.
But I think the biggest difference that I feel here is definitely the culture-wise, where Japan is much more a Buddhist-oriented country, so it's more about spreading your care and love to others, where the American, they have a more Christian base, so it's more self-centered.
Interesting.
So I think that's the biggest cultural difference that I might feel.
So why America?
Last 4 months I came here.
You've been here for 4 months?
Yeah,
Okay,
I lived
okay.
in 4 months ago. And then three years ago I been to Boston for studying to English fluently.
Okay.
And then I came back my country 1 year and then come here.
Okay.
And 5 years ago I came New York by myself to celebrate myself 20 years old.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I realized I can stay in New York, and then in my future, I want to stay in New York.
Okay.
It is my dream. It was my dream.
Okay.
So, and it's dream become true right now.
Okay, so you were in Boston for how long in Boston?
For 8 months.
8 months?
Yes.
So what do you like about New York in comparison to Boston?
Honestly, in New York, there are a lot of activity compared to Boston. Boston is basically living peacefully and is calm. The people is calm, and there are a lot of students in there, and the smart people there is. So conversation is so interesting.
Okay.
But then compared to New York, is more fashionable for me.
Fascinating.
Fascinating in New York compared to Boston.
Okay.
I feel like that.
So what was the initial thing that interested you in America? What did you like about it?
About it?
While in Japan, yeah.
Personally, I feel like living in Japan is, I feel like more peer pressure. Like here is like that, and expressing by myself is easier to live in US compared to Japan. So that's why I choosing in living in the US.
Okay, all right, nice. How about you?
Before I come to New York, I was in different cities. Like first I was in Vancouver, Canada.
Okay, Canada.
And for like 4 months, and I was in San Francisco for 7 months. But those are to learn English first. And here so that was my high school experience.
Okay.
And after graduate in Japan, I felt like since I learned English, and also I have to choose, what parts to go, what ways to go.
Yeah.
And I felt like maybe I want to do, so I go to fashion design school right now. But that time I didn't think about it. But then there was art students there, and I felt like maybe I can do that too. Right? I didn't know what it's like, but I went anyway. So here, the reason I stay here is to go to school.
Okay.
It's not like I wanted to come. Like, it's not like I wanted to come, but like because there's school I want to go here. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, cool.
So my first time I came to US, I was born in Japan and came to US when I was 8 and for my father's business.
Okay.
So I lived in Chicago for 5 years and then went back to Japan and then middle school, high school, college, grad school in Japan. And my major is psychology.
Okay.
And there was a chance for me to do an internship in a Japanese school in New York as a guidance counselor. And I thought it would be interesting because I had the same experience living childhood in US and being like a minority and Japanese in US. I thought it would be interesting for me to like help the students, like Japanese students and families in US. That's why. So first I came for work. And then I ended up just staying. I got married to American ex-husband and I got divorced 5 years ago and I'm just staying here for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you like about America?
Well, at first I came as work, but I do feel like it's just more free to do as long as you are able to take the responsibility for your actions. I feel like it's free to do anything in US and I don't feel that way in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I have to like really behave in Japan. I have to do what everyone expects me to do at my age and as a woman in Japan. I have to kind of like fit in. So yeah.
I'm working in New York. I joined my company in Tokyo 29 and
wait, 2019?
2009.
Oh, nine.
I joined Tokyo, my company, and I came here 2016.
Okay.
So 7 years. I'm working in Japanese company here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like it in America?
I think that so lively. How do you say kakigaru?
Yeah, lively.
Yeah, so New York is so lively and
It is.
passionate. Yeah, so that I love this city.
Nice. It's funny because like I live in Tokyo and I felt the same way I was telling Miles. I'm like, maybe I should move to New York. There's an energy here. There's something here that's different. I don't know. I'm like, maybe I should move. But my wife don't want to live in America though, so I don't know. Well, you were saying something?
Yeah, I feel like because everything's so close, right? It's like a walking distance, or like you can take train to go places,
everywhere.
right? So you don't need the car or anything. Like people are just so close. So that's why I feel like people, getting together all the time and lively and everything.
So a question about that. In Japan, right? Do you find people doing gatherings like this all the time? Like, is it very social or just on special occasion?
But I think we do nomikai.
Yeah, but
Sometimes
not,
we gather.
not at the
That's true.
home
We
though.
gather.
Usually at bars, like izakaya, but not at like home parties. I feel like it's
not
more closer.
I think home party is more American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Ah.
less in Japan.
Yeah.
Because in Japan there are many izakaya, so we can gather there.
Yeah.
And much cheaper.
After work,
So it is cheaper.
It's cheaper than New York.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
If you throw a home party in Japan, you're gonna have complaint calls.
Oh, the
Really?
noise.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
Interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
But actually, in New York, we live close area, so we can. It is easier for us to
Right.
gather
Yes.
in home.
And the subway is 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's
Not
true.
like,
That's
not
good.
like
Yeah.
Shuden in
That's
Japan.
true.
Yeah.
24
Yeah.
hours in subway, but
Yeah,
in
not
Tokyo,
like Tokyo.
oh,
There's
no.
like a last
Last
train
train,
Shuden.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
big. That
I've
was
missed
so
the last
big.
train before, and I had to like chill in Shibuya until
Right.
the first
Until
train.
the first train, right?
Yeah, and then you
Right,
leave,
right.
right? So 2 questions, right? So one is gonna be, what do you like the most about America, and what do you like the least about America, right? So we can start with the most here. If you guys can pinpoint something, or maybe here. Yeah.
As I mentioned, I think the most great point is the library,
Yes.
and we make new, brand new.
何
新しいことを生み出すっていうの。
create and
Good
something
create.
new every
New
day.
experiencing, is it
Yeah,
new
new
experiences?
experiences and people creative.
People create.
Like it's so different, right?
Okay. So new experiences, people are very different.
Creates new things.
New things.
Mm.
Ah, okay.
Japan is so なんだろう conservative,
Ah,
but
okay.
yeah,
Traditional.
traditional.
Yeah,
Japan is traditional, but it's reverse. in New
Oh,
York.
okay, okay. I see more flexibility, more freedom.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and you?
What I like the most,
yes.
probably the freedom
Freedom.
that I could do anything. I know there's a lot of little rules in Japan, like you're not supposed to eat on the train, or you're not supposed to eat walking. Like in New York, I like eating like bananas walking. like beef
So
jerky.
Nobody cares about it, right? Yeah. You can just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, nobody's
So.
saying anything about me eating banana walking. I think in Japan, if I did that, like someone's gonna say something or take a video of me. And post
Oh
it
my
online.
gosh.
So yeah,
We
so-
don't need to care
Right.
about environment.
Yeah, and other people too. There's always something happening that like unexpected. Like you see something weird on the ground, or but no one cares, and I feel like that's more exciting than everything that's like predictable.
Oh, perfect, right?
Yeah. Like you said, like the imperfectness is that makes it more charming. I think.
Nice. And
I think I like the freedom, and I think adding to her point of her view, I think so. My experience in Japan, like riding in the train, so people looking at you, like when you're wearing pretty clothes or like this crazy clothes, and people looking at you, but they just look at you, right? They don't say anything about it. They just look at you, and I assume they're thinking, oh, maybe I think I'm weird. I'm wearing weird clothes to them. But here, when they think it's weird or when they think it's cool, they come talk to me. And that's what I like about it. Like, I get opinion, straightforward. Like, they just don't let it go.
yeah.
And I like that. And if they don't care, they just don't care. Yeah, if they like it, they like it. That's what I like about it.
Okay,
I
that's
feel so
good.
comfortable.
That's good. So you feel comfortable here?
Yes, I am comfortable here.
What I like the most is friendly people. They talk to me. I like your jacket or something in the mall or something subway or station. Where did you get it? In the t-shirts. I like it or something. It is not in Japan. So I like the expressing the other person, even though
Or like strangers.
I like that that kind of this at least
the communication.
Yeah, communication is friendly and comfortable for me. 匂いが結構私の中でニューヨークは
匂い
が好きなの。
嫌い。
Yeah, she doesn't like that.
It
Yeah, dirty.
Dirty,
smell.
yeah.
In New York especially.
There isn't in Japan like there isn't in
There's
kind
no
of
smells?
kind of the smell. So it's first time I came here is ooh
Really?
I feel like that.
Okay, interesting. All right. Well, you were born,
Yes.
But what do you like the most still?
What I like about American culture is the diversity. I think as an American being one of the youngest nation in the world, I think we are definitely facing challenges. But at the same time, I think when we overcome this challenge, there's going to be a new vision in how we should live. Not only just as one race or just like one nation, but as a Earthling. As a representative of Earth, I think America is one, or could be a great example. But at the same time, the bad thing is I think there's like too many extremes on one end. Like, for example, you have like the extreme leftist that's like so passionate about one thing, and then at the same time it could like they say it's like for their justice, but at the same time they're hurting other people and making their lives miserable, which I don't really like. But I think that's the beauty of America, and like there's so many people living together, coexisting, and I think that's the beautiful part.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, he almost say my answers, but yeah, diversity to me, like diversity is my answer to both of your questions, because this people.
So you like diversity the most? What do you like the most is diversity. What do you?
But
like
also
the least?
those,
Diversity.
yeah, exactly.
At the same time.
Right, because like people gathering this city with a different background and different cultures and different standards, and that makes the city more colorful and vibrant and lively. And so that's that's the beauty of the city, right? But at the same time, those differences makes the kind of chaotic situations, like because they have they thought they believed, right? And then sometimes those strong emotions makes the conflicts and then make things more messier or like hard to organize. And then so yeah, I like, especially I'm from Japan, and this country is really relatively more organized, and then people in Japan follows the rules and then like to make things organized. So when I compare to that, like New York is little kind of
disorganized.
Exactly. I mean, I hate to say, but like, yeah, when I have to compare it, like it's a little different, to me. Yeah. So yeah, that I understand that makes the city more beautiful. But, yeah. So diversity, that's the key word to me in the city. Think about Seven Line. It starts from Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
That's what New York is. And then it goes to Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Long Island City. Yeah, okay, that's fancy, relatively clean Queens area. And it goes up there, Astoria, Greek neighborhood. It's not Seven Line, but you go farther, there's a Indian community and an Asian community.
Yeah.
And then at the end, there's a big Chinese Chinatown.
Yeah.
So it's like along the 7th Street, there's so many different cultures there.
So, what do you like the least about America?
I think the food.
The food.
The food is not good.
Interesting.
The very expensive.
True, that's true.
That's true.
And traffic. And the most point is there's no hot spring in US.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
What do I have to pay $60 for day spa?
Are there any in New York?
Like Colorado, there's hot springs.
Oh really?
I think it's
Not
a
in the east
different.
side.
Different. Yeah.
You have to wear like a bathing suit.
Yes.
Oh, I prefer
Yeah.
that one. I want to
Really?
wear a bathing suit, yeah, because
Come on.
y'all prefer the no clothes. Okay.
Right.
What about you?
My least favorite.
Yeah.
The least thing. I guess it's inconvenient. It's not as convenient as Japan. In Japan, it's like so organized. The train always comes on time, and that doesn't happen in New York. And it is dirty, and the smell. I feel like it doesn't. It's so weird. In Japan, you don't see garbage can, but there's no garbage on the outside.
True.
I don't know what everyone
True.
does with the garbage.
Yeah.
They bring it home.
Yeah, that's what I do in Japan. I put it
You
in my
bring it home.
backpack, and then when I go home, I put it in the trash.
In New York, there's lots of garbage cans, but
Yeah.
still there's like garbage next to the garbage can,
Yeah.
which I don't understand. Yeah.
Yesterday, I saw a guy driving in front of us, right? Me and Miles were driving, and he threw the can through the window
That's how
on
it
the road. And I was
happens.
like, I'm like, bro, like, yeah, I don't like that, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
here's-
not a and I guess it's not like into like recycling as much as in Japan. It's Japan. It's so clean and we're nice. And for like my personal point, I feel like I don't notice, but whenever I go to Japan, I do feel like relaxed, probably safe, and I feel like in New York, I have to be always in like a fighting mood. Like I have to be tough, and I am like a minority and woman, so I feel like I have to be in like a fighting mood, like to act tough, and
Interesting.
yeah.
It's funny because I interviewed a guy in Japan, and he said he felt like in Japan he can be disarmed.
Right.
He doesn't feel
That's
like he
how
has
I
to be
feel.
armored up.
Right,
Oh,
right.
interesting. Yeah.
That's how I feel. I
true.
don't really notice it because
Yeah.
it's just my regular how I am in New York. But whenever I go to Japan, I feel like, I must be always in fighting mode in US.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the least favorite about here is I think people can be unnecessarily aggressive. Like you don't like this like situation that you can just tell me to let me know I did something wrong, but like you start yelling at me like why can't you just explain it to me? So that's the thing. But other than that, the smiles, everybody's explaining. So I think America have a lot of population, so there's a lot of people here. So I see the differences. Like he says, diversity. So diversity means there's a lot of kinds of people here too. So I kind of understand there's people like that too that who can't control. So
Yeah, some crazy people.
From our perspective, right? From our perspective. Yeah.
No, from everyone's perspective. And what about you? Yeah, what do you like the least?
I mentioned that before, that smell as well. And then the other one is it's infrastructure there.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, like especially is a subway compared to Japan.
Yeah.
Japan is more clear and clean, but it's even though in New York City is one of the top of the U.S. but it's subway is dirty or not organized. So I think it's one of the least things. I think.
Okay, what about you?
For me, living in America, I think the least favorite is the firearm law that we impose. I understand like protecting your ground and all that in some term, but I just feel just owning a firearm is just so much responsibility for a man to handle, and especially recently, it's just I think it's too much, and I think that's one of the least favorite part that I have living in States. Yeah.
Okay. And so what's Japan like? I know there's no guns, right?
It's in Japan, right?
Yeah, no one can own guns in Japan, right?
Only for the
Yeah.
policemen.
Maybe you should like cry.
Okay. What do you miss the most about Japan? All right. So we're gonna start here.
You say onsen, right? I miss Sento, which is the public bath, and then it costs $5, and then you can just relax in the huge tub, and then take a shower and relax. And I miss that a lot. And also we've got izakaya, right? It's really casual. It's not izakaya. Probably people knows about, right?
Japanese
But like yeah. So yeah. And yeah, I miss those, and konbini, of course. You can have, you know, you have access to all the goods, foods and groceries, and with a really cheap price. So I miss that a lot too, and my family and friends. Yeah.
What I miss about Japan is the food, definitely. It's just like so rich, and everywhere you go, like I feel like you've hit the spot. Like I probably, and when I go to Japan, my experience with like any food restaurant that I step in there, like I'll have the best opportunity, the best food ever. But here you'll be like searching for Yelp, looking for reviews. Oh, is this place good or is this place expensive? But in Japan, I rarely didn't have to worry about that part too much, because anywhere you walk into is kebab, just delicious.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, that the food is a good, but the most missing for me, like, go to the convenience store, only $5, whatever. I can get it, I can buy it, and the taste is good. I can get whatever I want. Fast food like Yoshinoya or Sukiya or something like the kind of the chain store, food store is one of the I miss it.
Yeah, the food is good and it's cheap, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Around
true.
$5, I can
Yeah,
get
like
it.
Sukiya.
Yeah, Sukiya.
Yeah.
Matsuya.
Matsuya.
Yes.
Yes. And you as well?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely miss the food there, and it's cheap and good. But I think the most is ofuro. Yeah, like bathing. Like you bathe every day in Japan, but not here. You just take shower, right? So
It's
bathing was like one of the things I could relax.
Right.
So I miss
It's
that.
part of our culture, right?
Yes, it is. I don't think a lot of places do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Japan, you bathe every day. And also, being able to walk at night.
Yeah.
It's safe. Yeah. I think here I can't do much, but I like working at night because I see a lot of different stuff. But here I can't really do that. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because in Japan, like foreigners would say, like women foreigners, right? They like walking at night. They can walk at night in Japan safely, right? But at home they can't. So yeah, so that's a good thing. It's true in Japan. My wife can go out. My daughters is fine. I don't worry at all.
No.
But if it was here or somewhere else, I'd be like worrying, like calling and saying, right? Yeah, it's true. And what about you as well?
Yeah, I miss everything everyone said, like food and everything being cheap, but I think I just miss the people there. I feel like I've been living in this US more than half of my life, but I still kind of consider that as my home and like my people and my country, and I do miss like the tradition and like the spirit of Japan. Yeah.
Okay. And you?
Yeah, but I miss it the same thing, but ofuro, and I miss tachugui soba.
Why?
If we can go to tachugui soba, we can eat the soba and the katsudon, just $5 or something.
Yeah.
It's very
Reasonable.
yeah, it's reasonable and good taste.
Yes, that is good.
But there is no good fast food in New York, in US.
Yes.
Like Japanese food? Japanese fast food or?
Tachugui soba is like Japanese fast food. Yeah, it's a reasonable.
So it's not here at all?
No.
So you
Okay.
actually eat standing?
Yeah, it's standing.
Oh, okay.
We can eat train station, or there's a standing place in Ginza, even in Ginza, but just $5.
Okay.
And then after that, I can take a ofuro.
Routine.
Okay, yeah.
It's your like after work routine or something.
Yeah, drink alcoholic and then go to Tachigui Soda and go to bus.
Relax.
Oh, that's nice.
That's the best.
Yeah.
It's a biggest difference.
Ofuro?
Ofuro?
Is it that in apartments here there's no like a tub like?
Yeah,
like,
tub.
so
How
sad.
about it's so shallow?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you can't
right.
like fill it up.
No.
And,
Oh,
I see,
in
that's why.
Japan it's so deep.
Yeah,
and
and
yeah.
also in Japan, there's space that you can wash your body
Right.
and you can bathe.
There's a separate
But here,
place.
it's
Yeah.
safe,
Yeah.
so I can't, fill the water with,
Right.
because I wash body too, right?
Yeah. Okay,
Takes
interesting.
too much
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Okay, how do you think America has changed any of you? Like, have you changed being here in any way?
Yeah, it definitely got tougher. Like more assertive, and it really toughened me up. Yeah,
survival.
Mm.
and I guess more flexible too. Like I have to adapt to a lot of different people and culture, and you become like okay with anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
When I was in Tokyo, I was drunk and I slept in the street.
Yes.
We can do it. We can do it.
I think you've done it in You've done it in Japan.
Just one day. 2 years ago, I slept in the street in New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
Near my apartment.
Okay.
But the lady helped me. The unknown lady.
Okay. In Japan, they don't help you, right?
I think everyone
In Japan, everyone helped me. Well, we can sleep safety.
Okay. Interesting.
I changed it.
You did. It's like not a good enough. Okay, what about you guys?
Okay, to me, I think I was super shy when I was in Japan. I couldn't even talk. I sweat when I talk to somebody. But here, when I started, coming outside of Japan, I started to be able to communicate more and be more social. That's one of the biggest thing I've made changes. Yeah, biggest change. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One of the things I can expressing by myself in Japan. I need to care about other person. So right now, I don't need to care about the other person. That I want to whatever I want, be myself. So I change by myself, be myself. Yeah.
So in Japan, you feel like you couldn't be yourself, but here you can?
Yeah, I can, but then I need to care about other person.
Their opinion.
The opinion. So I expressing by myself in the US. I changed by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And what about you? Like maybe the opposite?
Right. So for me, I believe like just growing up, it's important to have the global view, not just only staying in one country, but as you're getting older and getting more experience, I think it's important to go overseas to see beyond where you're living and try to gain as much experience as you can from that land, because I think when you're just being biased to one side or one opinion, it only creates or limits you to that point. So I think if you could evolve and try to learn from others, I think it's going to give you a better learning experience and will eventually prepare you for a better person.
I don't really change. Actually, I always be like this, so I don't know. But
Okay, so you're still the same. Yeah. Cool. What's the most challenging part about living in America?
I mean, I don't know. Like, you have to accepting all the everything that you never experienced in the past, because like a lot of different things is happening in the city. I mean, not in New York, but like in the U.S. and then you have to accept. Otherwise, you'll be isolated. Or I feel like you have to be open-minded and then accepting the differences, and then that's the
Challenging part?
I think.
What about you?
Well, for me, I think coming or living here, it's important to have that do or die mentality, because like, I think in Japan they have that mentality. Well, they have a saying where "있다mon가지, 였다mon가지." So whoever does it first, but whoever says it first is gonna get the credit.
Sure.
So like I think in the culture over there, like it's like you want to try to stay uniform with everybody, and you don't want to be like standing out, or else like you'll get picked on, or like you'll get hated on. But like in here, like you don't worry about that because like you want to succeed and you want to try to become a better person than you are. So I think that's one of the biggest difference.
So standing out is a good thing in a sense.
In the sense, yes, yes.
The most challenging thing is I'm a graduate student right now, and they in the class they have the many aspects of their opinion. So they need we need to have a different opinion in the class. So it's the most challenging. So I need to knowledge of the aspect of the Japanese. So I need to a lot of Japanese cultures to expressing in the global business classes. So it is a represent of the Japanese. So because of that,
So you're the only Japanese
yeah,
person.
only Japanese. So in the represent of the Japanese, I need to know knowledge about the Japanese. So it's one of the challenges.
Okay.
You know.
So for you to express that in the classroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's challenging for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood.
The challenging thing for me is to understand joke.
That's good. That's good.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
I just take it literally, like the meaning of the joke. But they just joking, right? But I just can't take it. I just don't understand.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm
Totally
trying.
different.
American jokes are
Yeah,
hard.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's,
What about you?
The challenging point is two. The one is there's many people who have different background, so we need to negotiate and talk with them. So it's a very difficult, but it's a challenging, but it's interesting for me. One more point. When I want to go to the bathroom, we can't in New York. It's difficult for me to find the bathroom.
Public restroom.
Right.
Yeah, if in Tokyo, we can go to convenience store.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere
Yes.
there is.
Yeah.
너무 기대.
So,
Yeah.
so I need to run or take a Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult.
Yeah. Is there anything that America can learn from Japan, and anything that you think Japan can learn from America?
I think Japanese people think the perfect. I mean the Japanese people need to the perfect. But America, その日本人は完璧を求めすぎるけど、そのアメリカ人はある程度その思い切ってやるっていうのがあるじゃん。そこの違いが大きく違う。Please.
The Japanese people are perfectionists, so they wait kind of until they know it's perfect. But American people kind of just like jump in like before,
And try and try.
yeah,
so.
and try. So I
Okay.
feel like Japanese people should learn. From,
Yeah, should learn
yeah.
because the Japanese economy is a recession now,
Right.
so that it doesn't make progress.
Yeah.
I think the point is that one.
To take more risk.
We
Right.
we need that risk and we need learn from America.
Yes.
No, that's good.
Yeah, similar, but I feel like Japanese people are like taught to be humble and not stick out, and I think they should be more confident and assert, like for everything, their professional life and personal life. Like for women, like Japanese women, I feel like they are like taught to be dressed, not showing their body line so much. Like I was told, like no one shows like cleavage in Japan, but I feel like they should be more confident and wear whatever they want to wear and express, and just be
Japan can learn that
Learn
from
from
here.
US.
And what about vice versa?
I guess being more efficient and clean and a little more maybe organized and be nice. Like, I feel like the service in Japan is like really good. Like all the stores, like waiters, waitresses, and everyone's just so sweet and nice. I feel like US, it's like hit or miss.
True.
So.
I feel like people here in America can learn some, like trying to be more respectful to others. Like when they're in a crowd or in a group, like in the public, especially. Like in the public, people think because it's a public, people think it's, you can do anything. Like, but you can't do anything, right? It's public. You have to share the place with people. So that means you have to respect others who's using the public space.
Right.
So that part, I think people here can learn from Japan.
And vice versa.
Yes. So the other way, people in Japan can learn to be more vocal because people in Japan tend to hide their feelings because they feel like they cannot express their opinion. Like they can't say their opinion when we are discussing. So there's now like a lot of discussion in Japan. Like here they teach you to be more involved in discussion, but not in Japan. They're like more, what is it?
You keep it in?
Like
Receptive.
receptive. But you don't output. Not more input, but not output.
Okay.
So that.
Interesting.
What is delivery?
Oh, delivery service.
Yeah, delivery services is learning from Japan because Japan is punctually and time is so strictly, but it's not in the US is where in my delivery. So and they said it's not my fault. So it's
they don't take responsibility here.
Yes.
Lack of responsibility.
Yes.
Accountability, actually. Accountability.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the aspect, the vice versa is for me to learn it from the US is なんかあるけど
So I think in my opinion, what America could learn from Japan is to be more compassionate toward others. And what America could learn from Japan,
or Japan,
or what Japan could learn from America, is to be more self-centered and
Interesting.
be more global. And you have to be more demanding. Like I think in their culture, it's more about providing for the others and the people around you, and that's the culture of what. So, like, you want to try to. I think it will improve him in person. Like, if you be more just be a little selfish. It doesn't hurt to be a little selfish.
Understood.
Yeah.
What about you?
learning from the US. In Japan, they have Amoku no ryokai. They have. So
They don't say, but you have to read between the lines and kind of understand the
So more you need to more say
Direct.
dietary. Yes.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else you guys want to share about like life in America, or anything that maybe foreigners can learn about Japanese people?
We can be social, right?
Yeah.
We look shy. We look
Yeah,
shy, but when
Right.
you talk to us,
Yeah.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
good.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
That's good, because I think in Japan you might feel intimidated because you're not sure
Yes.
to approach a Japanese person. So that's good.
We like to drink.
Even though we get Asian brash, we like to drink.
Okay. Anything else? Maybe from you guys? Like for instance, Japan is like very strict, right? Like as you said, very strict. Is that something that Japanese people like? They like that strict sort of like culture, the rules, all the rules. Is it something that most people just welcome, or they're like, we're more flexible, or you want to be more?
It's kind of funny. Last summer I went back to Japan. I haven't been there in 4 years, and I kind of like was objective and seeing everything. I feel like it's kind of easy to follow the rules because there's a rule. The rules are there, so you just have to follow. You don't have to think. You just have to follow. So in a way, it's I guess if you could fit in and don't question, it's kind of easy because you just have to follow the rules.
Yeah, that actually really hard to follow for the visitors or the foreigners because we grew up in that country and then those are really natural for us. But maybe from the people outside of Japan, always like kind of questioning why people doing this, why people waiting the red line even though there's no cars crossing the street. You know, those are really. You know, hard
but it makes sense. That one makes sense,
right?
Not get hit.
Yeah, we don't even questioning about it. It's just a rule. We follow it, and then
That's good.
Like I was only there for 2 weeks, but even just in that 2 weeks, I got so Japanized.
Japanized.
I dressed like Japanese. I dressed so conservative. I wasn't eating, walking.
No bananas on the street.
No bananas on the street.
No banana in the street.
Yeah, I asked Japanese people, so what am I supposed to do if I'm hungry? Like I don't have time, like in between like work. And then they said like, but you have to wait till you get home. Even if you're hungry, you have to wait. You can't eat in public. So yeah. But yeah.
I do that.
I
In Japan.
When nobody's looking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm eating
Banana.
Banana in the street.
Even though
I will definitely take a picture though when I were in
No,
Japan.
now I started eating like beef jerky. I'm not like the Subway.
I think in Japan they focus more on the public eye. Sekken. They want to be so formal and just proper in front of the public. But here it's like, who gives? It's like I'm me.
Interesting.
I think that's one big difference.
You never know what your boss doing in a house. You know, even he looks so professional and then so really, you know, bossy guy. But in a house, maybe he's not wearing he just living with just only the underwear and like being oji-san, you know. So
outside is one
people care about the public eyes, and then
yeah.
once,
Why do you show?
when they go to the private, they do like, be there's
let it loose.
let it loose, yes, let it loose, yes.
When we take on a train, so that everyone see me. So because we need to すごい気になるじゃん。
Well, we have the conscious that somebody's
He's
always
watching. He's watching.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's always in train.
In train.
Yeah.
In Japan?
Yeah, in Japan.
I really
I don't know
pretend
why.
I'm Japanese. Whenever I go to Japan, I really pretend to be Japanese, that I've been living there all my life. I don't know why I feel like I need to pretend, but I don't know. That's what Japan makes me feel. I have
Interesting.
to
we want
blend
to
in.
try to fit in there
Yeah.
as much as we can. Right? I think that over there, life in Japan is you want to try to fit in there as much as possible with the other rest of the group or the rest of the citizens. But here in America, you want to be as creative and as original and as innovative as possible that you could be. So I think that's one big difference.
Yeah, that's good for the economy, right? Just like what you said, right? Just to be creative and innovative, right? It's good. Japan needs that. But as a foreigner, I think we already stand out, right? Like I'm black, so I'm kind of tall. So when I'm walking in Japan, everyone sees me, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you know that you stand out, so like you can't hide. So it's like, so you just be yourself, right? Okay, well,
Maybe that's
I can't-
easier because
Yeah.
I look Japanese,
Yeah.
so they expect me to
Yeah,
behave like
expectation.
Japanese.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
foreigner, I try to behave, but like sit on the train. What about the cologne thing? I've heard about that. Like, Cologne, right? I like cologne. Is it a thing in Japan? Is it really like that bad? Like people don't like smelling cologne, or?
It's
depends on the
Yeah.
person.
I think
For some.
Japanese people like subtle smell, not like the smelly like smell.
too strong.
Oh, yeah,
not
not
to
too
be.
strong.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
more like a natural.
Yeah, like
it's more-
soap.
Yeah, detergent. Yeah.
like a
Linen smell. Like sunlight.
Yeah, natural smell.
Ah, okay.
Nothing exotic.
Yeah.
I see.
Nothing exotic.
Like our cologne that we wear. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Until next time, it's very late in the night. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Say bye, guys. You can say bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
All right, so hey guys, what's up? So it's Ranzo here. So I'm here with Miles, right? Otherwise known as Kagan,
Yes.
right? So Miles is a very, very interesting person, right? Of course, I love Japanese culture, right?
Yes.
Very close. He's been taking me around. He has a very interesting business that I want to introduce to you guys because I think it will help a lot of people. I genuinely think that, and this is the reason why we're doing this interview. But before we get to that, right, I want you to tell us how do you get interested in Japanese culture? Tell us, bring us on that journey.
Where do I start? So, a lot of people start with anime, right? Anime is, I guess, the catalyst for a lot of us foreigners. Anime was one of the things, but I noticed that a lot of my favorite things came from Japan. My favorite cars, my favorite food, as well as the anime, all the electric stuff, like the TVs, the video games, literally everything that was cool came from Japan, right? So I thought, man, Japan must be an amazing place. I can't wait to go there and see all the stuff that we don't get here in America. So I said, well, obviously they speak Japanese in Japan, so I would need to learn Japanese. So I thought, well, when I get to college, I'll learn Japanese. By the time I got to college, there was one class. That class was full.
Okay.
I couldn't join it. So I found out what books they were using. I went to the bookstore, I bought those books, I started reading them and teaching myself. Hilarious. I learned to read and write kana, but I didn't know what I was reading and writing. So I couldn't understand. I could read and write it, but I didn't know what the words meant.
Understood.
I didn't have any vocabulary. So now I have to learn vocabulary. And it's odd because people usually do it the other way around, right? So while I was trying to do that, I ended up meeting a lot of ESL students, English for Second Language, and I made friends with them, and I ended up helping them learn English. They would then introduce me to their friends. I would find myself at these Japanese parties where I was the only non-Japanese person there. And then I'd make more friends. I'd get invited to more parties, make more friends, invited to more parties, and I'd have all these people I'm hanging out with. And there's a thriving Japanese community here in New York. It's crazy. You've only seen a little bit, but it's a lot so far. I still have some really good friends. A lot of them have moved back to Japan, sadly. But when I do travel to Japan, I have more people to see. And every time I do go back, I make more friends, which gives me another reason to go back. And hopefully I'll be back again this year.
So, I want to talk about your business, right? Because I find it very fascinating. I'm not just saying that because I just want to say it, right? I think I've never heard about this sort of business before. Tell us about your business, what you do, and where they can find you as well.
Okay. I am the president of a computer brand called Kreative Devices, creative with a K. What we do is we build custom creative level devices at what I call entry-level prices. Now, if you were to buy, let's say, a standard computer, laptop, whatever type of computer, you're gonna spend upper hundreds to 1,000 or more for standard level. If you're a creator, you need something that's powerful for music production, pictures, video editing, etc., etc. You're looking at maybe $2,000-3,000 for something maxed
Like
out.
3,500?
Exactly, We can give you something like that for the price that you'd pay for a basic level computer. Not only that, but we can allow you to customize it. If you already have supporting RAM and storage, you can buy it without, put in the ones you already have, buy however much you want from us, buy the lowest amount, upgrade it yourself. On top of that, we even allow you to put your own logo on not only the laptop, but on your accessories, your sleeve, your mouse pad, etc.
The thing that caught me, that intrigued me, was that you said it's a really good laptop, that can handle heavy duty work and editing, but it's also reasonable price.
Yes.
And that's what everyone wants. We want something that performs at a price that won't break the bank.
Exactly.
And I think this is the reason why I wanted him to be on, because I think that's something that if you're a creator and you're just starting out, you ain't got the money, I think it's something that you want to look into, right?
I started this company because I myself am a creator, and I grew up poor, and I couldn't afford a decent computer to help get my creativity out, right? And I know there's a lot of people out there who are like that now. There are more people who can't afford a decent computer than there are people who can. Even if you can afford one, why would you want to pay more money if you could get the same performance for less? So we cater to everyone. Even if you're not a creator, if you're doing schoolwork, you don't want a slow computer. If you're doing business or anything, who wants a slow computer? So if you can get a fast, powerful computer for the price of a regular one, why wouldn't you? Again, we are Kreative Devices, creative with a K. You can find us on all social media platforms at Kreative Devices, creative with a K. Find us online, kreativedevices.com.
If you're watching this, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Again, the links will be in the description down below. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.